Con, Cat, Fly, D, Religion Uncensored.
Hello, this is Pastor Nige, and this is Religion Uncensored. Today's subject are those angels. Are they really our Avengers? Are we really lower than the angels? What is our true relationship between angels and ourselves? And 3, when do we receive dominion? Or when do we take over the rule of heaven? All right, let's get these questions answered. Let's start off with some scripture. Psalms 8:4-6 states, "What is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet." All right, so let's jump right in here. The Bible doesn't give us extensive background about angels, nor does it say angels were created in the image of God. Angels are not the dead people floating around on wings. Neither are those chubby babies with bows and arrows. Angels are spiritual beings that God created before he created mankind. It's important to note that there is no verse in the Bible saying that human beings can command angels to do anything, or that people are to worship angels, as some Christians teach today. Angels are God's messengers, warriors and servants, not ours. We also know they existed prior to the Garden of Eden, because the serpent, who was Satan, was already present in the garden in his fallen state. So now how do we know the serpent was Satan? Well, let's look at Revelation 20, verse 2. He sees the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil, or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. When the serpent deceived Eve, he had considerable intellectual ability, even being termed clever and cunning in the Bible. Also, Satan used logic to argue that Job would return if he lost his possessions and became diseased. Many people in such a situation would turn from God, but God knew Job wouldn't turn from him. The Bible calls for angels to be devils, demons, evil, and unclean spirits. We have a little depiction here. Take a look at this. Their lust for power is matched with an evil mind and will. Demonic angels are awaiting God's final judgment, and as we all know, their final destination will be eternal hell. Let's take a look now at what is the place of angels in relationship to God and man. Well, angels can see and have direct physical contact with God. Man cannot see God, but has contact with him with a higher spiritual realm, not the physical. Angels cannot suffer death as man. Christ was born through the sin of man, also died as man, and as the result of man. Angels are avengers, they're warriors, where man is to be a creature of peace. Angels are messengers of God's will, whereas man is to be the fulfillment of God's will. Angels do not need salvation because of their loyalty to God during the war in heaven with Lucifer. Anyway, God created the angels before he created the physical universe. The book of Job describes the angels worshiping God as he was creating the world. In Job 38, 4 through 7, it states, "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me, if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footings set? Or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together, and all the angels shouted for joy." Angels were created for one reason, and that is to do God's will and to protect us. There was a segment in the today's programs, CBS and Fox News also ran it less than 6 months ago. Are guardian angels amongst us? Are they created to be God's instruments or agents to protect us? Let's take a quick look at that.
The South Carolina family says a guardian angel was watching over their loved one. Take a close look at this picture. That loved one in a horrific car accident last week near Anderson, South Carolina. Well, that angel, they say, can be seen in this photograph, which was taken by a pastor who witnessed the entire thing.
Okay, so when do we receive dominion, control over heaven? Here we go. Let me repeat, first of all, the first scripture we mentioned here. It's Psalms 8, 5 through 6. "For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands, and you have put all things under his feet." We might conclude that God created the angels just prior to the creation of mankind, because one of their duties were to be ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation. Repeat the previous passage here. "Have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands." The word dominion means to have control of. Why do I say this? Well, here's some other scripture for you. Hebrew 1 through 4, "Having become so much better than the angels, as he has by inheritance obtained a more excellent name as they." We, due to our inheritance from God, become greater than the angels. Therefore, angels are to minister and protect us as they do for our Creator God. As always, I will leave you with scripture for you to contemplate and to encourage you. Revelations 12:9, "And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent, who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world, who was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him." And how about Revelation 20:1 through 3? "And I saw an angel come down out of heaven, having the key to the abyss, and holding in his hand a great chain. He seized the dragon, the ancient serpent, who is the devil or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. He threw him into the abyss, and locked and sealed it over him, to keep him from deceiving the nations any more until the 1,000 years were ended. After that, he must be set free for a short time." Hey, this has been Pastor Nige, and this is Religion Uncensored. I thank you for watching and listening. Hope we've been able to help you. And go in peace and salvation. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. God bless you. Amen.